How bad was sex education in high school? It was the worst. That's why we wanted to start this podcast. Dr. Stormy and I knew that there are so many folks out there that want to learn more, that want to start conversations, that want to be vulnerable and express their feelings, emotions, wants, and desires. And that's what Sex 101 is about. Dr. Stormy has spent so much time working with couples, working with men and women. I myself have worked with lots of men talking about relationships and sex and where we're at today with our sexuality. So come join us. This is going to be a great episode, just like all Sex 101 episodes. You're going to learn a lot, you're going to laugh a lot, and we're going to have a great time. All right. This is going to be a fun episode. I'm excited about this one, Stormy. Sexy gift-giving guide for your lover. And that's really cool because I think sometimes, you're trying to think of the perfect gift, and what can you get and what will they like? And so I'm glad we're going over this. This is going to be kind of fun.
Totally. I love it too. And also bringing a little playfulness, right? We're heading into the holidays, which is amazing and awesome, and also can be stressful. And one thing I hear as a sex and intimacy coach is like the stress around what do I get my lover, my honey, for Christmas or for Hanukkah or for the holidays. And I think it's an opportunity to be like, I think of it as like being a little sexy elf, right? It's an opportunity to bring a little spice, bring a little sexiness into and play the fun, sexy elf. So, and it can be overwhelming. Like, where do I start? So we decided to do this episode to kind of give you guys some guidance and also some encouragement there.
Yeah, for sure. And it is fun. It kind of turns you on to buy something sexy for your partner.
Totally. There's a reason that's like naughty or nice, right? Yeah. So this is an encouragement to go a little naughty, be a little naughty, right?
I love it. All right, let's get into it. I love it.
So I think one thing to think about is that, there's lots of different ways to give a sexy gift, right? So it could be a Hanukkah gift. It could be a stocking stuffer. It could be a gift. It could be a date night. It could be nothing to do with the holiday, right? That it's always an opportunity. And the holiday is just giving you like a landscape to do it. But really, you can do a sexy gift giving anytime, right? Sure. But what it really does, I think, is the psycho-emotionally is it shows your partner that you are paying attention to their needs, wants, and desires. Maybe it's something they mentioned to you or something you notice that they really like or turns them on. So it's really about that. I mean, it's really a lovely gesture to show your partner that you are paying attention to their needs, wants, and desires in the realm of pleasure and sex.
I love that. Yeah, you're right. Giving a sexy gift is always good. Like it can, it's not just for Christmas or Valentine's. It can be really sweet and thoughtful and fun at any time of the year.
Exactly. I mean, you have a business in that space, right? In sexy gifts, right?
Yep. Marriage Supply is where you get a lot of good sexy gifts from Marriage Supply for sure. So,
yeah, marriagesupply.com. Definitely can. So more to come on that, I'm sure. Yeah. But it's a really beautiful way to counter. One of the main complaints we hear from long-term couples in long-term relationships is that the sex becomes ho-hum. It becomes a little bland, there's a little bit of boredom, right, from the repetition. So this is a chance to spice it up. And when we add novelty, it naturally spices it up, right? And because it's just like right? Boredom is known to help, has actually been studied to show decreases libido. Actually, can help contribute to a loss of libido, loss of our sex drive. So the opposite is true of if we're bringing in novelty and spice and playfulness, we are increasing. We can increase our libido, and so this is an invitation to do that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just fun.
So I just kind of wrote down, and I'd love to hear. We can kind of jam out on this, Toby, but some ideas, right? Because I get a lot of times of okay, great, I'm ready to play sexy elf. Where the hell do I start?
Right.
It's so overwhelming, right?
Right.
And so, I think just giving you guys some genres hopefully will be helpful for you. So, we talk a lot in this podcast about communication. So of course I started with things that promote communication. So question cards, question decks, right? There's a lot of them out there. You can literally Google intimate. There's also a bunch on Amazon, for example, but intimate question cards, sexual questions for relationships, right? Intimacy builders for relationship, right? And they have varying degrees of PG-ness to R-rated to X-rated, ness. So question cards can be a really great way, literally I mean, what an idea of like pop one under your partner's plate if you guys are cooking dinner together and be like, oh, wait, what's that? Like, let's do that,
Right.
right? Like, it open the door to some fun, playful questions. So question cards is the first gift idea.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it the times that I've done that, I thought it was really enlightening to me about my partner, because I was be like, oh, wait a minute, I didn't know you actually felt that way, or oh, that's really, you had a really fun answer, or a sexy answer, or something that I wasn't expecting.
Totally.
So I got out a lot out of it, as well as them thinking and saying it out
Yeah,
loud.
I love it. I
Yeah.
agree. It's like, right, we say that we've said in many episodes, you might think you really know everything about your partner. I promise you, you don't. I
Yeah.
don't care how long you've been together. I promise you, you don't. We are always with these beautiful, evolving beings, and there's more to learn and know about your partner. And question cards can be a playful way to approach that.
I love it.
Awesome. And the second one is coupon books, right? So there's sexy coupon books. Also, Google, Amazon. Marriage Supply might have some coupon books.
We
I'm
used
not
to.
sure, but
I don't know if we carry those anymore, but yeah, we might be getting them in
okay.
stock. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll do that.
So it's right, a coupon book. It's like this beautiful act of service, right? Speaking of that love language of your gift giving and act of service of like, you rip out the coupon that you are wanting, right? So the coupons vary again from like PG, G rated to all the way to like naughty. And you give your partner permission to rip out a coupon and cash it in.
Yep, you're right. And those are actually really easy just to make. Like, and the fun part about making them yourself is you wrote out what the coupon is for. So
that's even more fun. Yeah.
Your lover knows exactly what, oh, this is what I get.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, I love that. Do it DIY, do it yourself.
Yeah.
Coupon book. It's good. It's good. Yeah. And okay, the third gift idea is there's lots of different position books out there, because one of the things that we've done episodes on this, Toby and I, is that, right, it can get a little mundane, right? You can go to the same positions that work, your 1 to 3 positions that work for you, maybe work for your partner also. But position books can give you some inspiration. It's a little bit of creative inspo, right? So there's tons of different position books out there, ranging from like really like classy to very raunchy and everything in between. So position books is the third gift idea.
Marriage Supply, we sell a Karma Sutra book. We have several books to go with that. And here's what I'll say too about the books. You can obviously Google anything and you can find whatever, but there's something about a book, the tactileness of it, the deep pictures that are actually physically in front of you, that not just on a digital screen, that really does heighten. Like if you're sitting there looking with your partner at the pictures and the books and reading it together, I do think there's something special about the book. It does add to the sensualness of everything.
I agree.
Opposed to just, oh, look at this picture of my phone about how they, it really does add something tactile to the moment.
Right. Right, I agree. I love holding a book. The kinesthetic feeling of holding a book, right? It's also sexy to like look through a book with your partner. Like there's an erotic energy there, and I would say, at least my own personal experience, sometimes funny where you're like, okay, like what am I, Cirque du Soleil? I'm pretty sure I can't get myself into that position, but it gives you get like a good laugh out of it.
100%. You're exactly right. Like having laughter and fun involved with it is just so good. It just really is.
Yeah, totally. Well, and that's a great point, Toby. Like the encouragement for our listeners is like, when you're thinking about playing sexy elf or getting a sexy, like give yourself permission to not have it be so heavy, right? This is about playfulness. You're bringing in something sexy, naughty, playful into your relationship. But it's really about thoughtfulness, right? You're being bold, you're being brave, you're being thoughtful, you're paying attention to your partner's needs, wants, and desires. And then you're giving a gift aligned with that.
Yeah, 100%. That's one of when we started Marriage Supply, one of the main things was just, it's not that the toy is supposed to blow your mind and give you the orgasm of your dreams and all stuff. The toy is supplementary to the love and the love making that you and your partner have, and it adds to it for sure. But it's fun to try things and go, well, that was, that vibrator was super strong. Or it wasn't strong enough. Or I didn't want these questions. They didn't do anything for me, but these questions, did. I love that this book offered this position, but like you said, I'm not going to be able to wrap myself like that. I can't do that position.
It's inspiring, but I'm pretty sure I would get injured.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So it's all about having fun and keeping it lighthearted too. Some.
Totally. And that brings me right to the next sexy gift idea, which is toys, right? So
Mhm.
we already started touching on that, right? There are so many different toys out there, some that vibrate, some that don't, some that are for him, some that are for her, some that are for the couple, different BDSM toys, right? There's so many things out there. Marriage Supply is a great place to look for toys, but it can be really fun to pick a toy together or pick a toy you think that your partner might like and be willing to
Yeah.
giggle about it, try it. And I don't know, Toby, do our listeners have a code that they can use for
Yep.
a special listener discount?
Yeah, at Marriage Supply, you can use code SEX101 and get a discount. And also, I want to say this too: if you're looking to, of course, I want you to purchase all your toys and sex toys from Marriage Supply. But if you feel comfortable buying from Amazon, buy from Amazon. If there's a toy company that you've used for years and you like them, use them. Of course, if you use code SEX101 with us, you get the 10% discount. It might even be 15%. I want you to do that, but it's all about just fun and what you feel comfortable with and where you want to buy stuff. But toys really do add. If you buy a toy, even if you buy it and then bring it to your partner or your partner buys it for you, it really does open up what we always talk about, communication. It opens up a conversation. Oh, you bought that? Oh, you got this for me? We're going to try this together. Like that's what's so fun. Like
exactly.
a toy, you're buying it for each other and to see if it works. Or, like we just said before, if it's going to make us laugh or it's going to make us come or whatever it might, there's a whole spectrum there of things that toys can be a part of that's really fun. And it is fun. It's called a toy for a reason, I think. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
I love that. It's called a toy for a reason. We need t-shirts that say that. Like, right, it's playfulness, right? And we have episodes that we've done on sex toys, so you can check those out. But it's the idea is that toy is a team player, right? It's not going to replace you, but is thinking of a toy as a team player and a sexy gift. A toy is can be a really great sexy gift.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And I'll say another thing that we have that I've found that is kind of fun as well. We have some games that you can play. And those are actually really fun too. They're surprisingly fun. Like I was surprised how many people bought the game. At first I was like, well, people buy games at Marriage Supply? I don't know. We'll see. And then sure enough, they really have, and they're just fun.
Totally.
It's
fun.
It's the fun game night.
Exactly. Like, wow, instead of playing like Monopoly or Shoots and Ladders, you're playing like little sexy game, right? Like a dice game or a board game. It's totally awesome.
Yep, 100%.
It ups the game night a little bit.
Yes, it does for sure. So.
Yeah, that was also one of my ideas. So I love that. And another idea, which you will also find in sex toy shops often and also can find online is a sex pillow or a sex wedge, right? It's just a really cool thing that gives you a different position, a different angle. Can even take, like we've done episodes on how missionary is not so vanilla, but this is a way to like make missionary feel very different. So you can check out sex pillows, sex wedges.
Yeah, those are fun. Those are very
totally
fun. Yeah,
totally. All right, and then the next gift idea genre is lingerie, right? There is a reason that there is a whole industry built around lingerie, right? So the cool thing about if you're giving a gift to your partner with lingerie is it really gets to be this yummy sweet spot of what do you think is sexy on them and what do they feel sexy in, right? And gives you this really cool place to explore that together, because maybe you like her in like leather and maybe she likes to be in lace. And how do you find, because it's about sexy is an inside job, but this gives you a really sweet space to share about what you think is so damn sexy on your partner and what she may feel sexy in. Right. And there's also like lingerie is not just for women. There's a lot of really hot things out there that men can also wear too.
Yeah. I haven't ever worn any of that, but maybe I should.
I was thinking about one episode where we were talking about role playing costumes and you were talking about Aladdin. Like,
oh yeah.
And I know that's like, it's always in my mind. That's so funny.
Oh yeah. I'll try it out. Listeners, you try it out. I'll try it out.
There you go. Yeah. Male lingerie.
Yeah, send us in your male lingerie stuff, and I'll order it or I'll put it on Marriage Supply. I'll try it on. I'll try whatever.
Totally, that's so fun. And okay, so the next genre is along the toy line, but it's more of like kink, right? So there's like different kink toys, right? And it doesn't have to be like super intense, like full 50 Shades of Grey dungeon sort of thing. It can be like bondage, right? Like sexy handcuffs or a silk scarf, right? There's a lot of different ways to bring kink in. There's a lot of different kinds of, bondage sort of uh, accoutrements out there. So check that out if that's something you're interested in or your partner is interested in. Hopefully you've had these conversations to know, and we encourage you. There's lots of episodes we've done on how to have these conversations about what are your needs, wants, and desires in the bedroom, and understanding and asking what your partner's needs, wants, and desires are as well.
Yeah, and this is a good way to dip your toe into the kink that you want to try too. It doesn't have to be full blown. Hey, well, we're going to do all this. It's just a nice way to, like, as a gift, or just to open that door to see if that's what you want to pursue.
Totally. All right, the next two are like personal ones that I personally really have loved and used over the years. One is massage candles that you actually like light the candle. So this also gets into like temperature play, okay? Massage and temperature play, where you get to light the candle and you actually like pour it on your honey, and it's really warm, but it's not like burning hot. That's why they're made that way. So it's a special. That's that. By the way, this is not just normal candle. This is a massage candle. And then you get to use it. It sort of melts on your partner, and you get to use it for massage. So I think those are super fun. You can find those online. And one along those lines that I also think is great is it's called Honey Dust. It's by Kama Sutra. And you literally dust your honey with this like lovely feather. It's amazingly, it feels very sensual. You dust your honey, and it like smells good and tastes good. It has like a little bit of a sparkle to it. And you dust your honey, right? So it's called Honey Dust. And that's one is a really fun one as well.
That's really cool. Yeah, we sell some massage candles on Marriage Supply, and that is great. I think massage with a sexy massage, or a sensual massage, or a massage that starts as a massage and then you and your partner agree that's going to lead to sex or whatever. I think that is so underrated. I think because you get your hands on your partner, and there is this, either it's from the candle or it's lotion, or and it feels so good to them. Your hands are touching them. It's easy to get turned on with your partner that way.
We did a whole episode on sensual massage that our listeners really liked because we think it's so amazing. So you can check that out too for 100%. More tips on that.
Yeah.
And that kind of brings me to the next genre, which is the massage oil, right? So there's so many different yummy massage oils out there. Some that are genital safe, some that are not. But again, you can also have massage oil and lube. Like you can use both, right? So, but massage oil can be a really lovely gift, sexy gift for your honey.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Start there. Even that's a great gift to give, because everybody's like, oh, you're going to give me a massage? Awesome. No one ever is going to be sad or like, oh, all I got was a massage. They won't say that to you. They'll be very happy.
Right. Oh, I love that. So you're giving the massage oil and then also offering to give the massage. And you can check out the sensual massage episode if you want some tips on that. So
100%.
All right. And then the last category that I wrote down, in Toby, chime in if I'm missing any big categories, but is erotica, right? So there's erotic books, there's erotic poetry. You can definitely find stuff online. But to your point earlier, Toby, I love the feeling of holding a book. There's some really beautiful books out there with erotic poetry, erotic images. And that can literally like coffee table, like beautiful books, also little like pocket books or books that like have, in the bathroom or whatever. But there's a lot of different books out there for erotica, erotic poetry, erotic images. That is a really lovely, sexy gift.
Yep. And reading that together is a real turn on. Like,
totally.
Reading an erotic book together, or something that is erotic, some literature that is erotic, poetry, like you said, all of that, it can be a real turn on, especially when you're doing that together. And then I'll even say one more, you can DIY that, a cute love note that's a little erotic that you hand wrote. I mean, if you go, I can't write that, chat GPT it then, what, but
let's make chat GPT a little sexier. I like it. I like it.
Yeah. But I mean, a love note even from you works as well. But if you get a book or a book of poetry, erotic stuff, it is just reading that out loud can really be a turn on.
I love that idea, the DIY, right? And you don't have to be roomy. You don't have to be like a master poet to write a little love note, right? It can be that's a great point, Toby. That could be a sexy gift in and of itself, like, right? Or hide it somewhere, like stick it where they're gonna when they're in their tea mug or something. There's all these fun ways to make it a little to their day.
Yep, 100%. It's like the original sext. You
Exactly. Back
handwrite
to
it and give it to them.
sexting. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Back to love letters. Oh my
Yeah.
God, we're dating ourselves. But
Oh, I
I
know.
think it's a dying art of the love
I
letter, right? We
agree.
don't write anything, we text. That is not the same. That is
It's not.
not the same,
Yeah.
So get a beautiful piece of stationery, write a love letter, write a little, it doesn't, again, you don't have to be a poet to do that.
Right.
So I haven't thought about Chat GPT, but that's actually really funny. Oh, the AI
Yeah.
world. But
Yeah. Yeah.
awesome. And then the last one I was suggesting is something that we do at Love Deep Lab. In my company, we've done it. This will be the third year, but we have our pleasure challenge, our 21-day pleasure challenge, starting January 1st. We'll put the information in the show notes. I'm going to give a discount for our listeners. We'll put that information in the show notes. But it's 21 days of pleasure challenges in all realms of pleasure, which includes sensual, sexual, and physical towards the end of the challenge, but gives you 21 days of practices right to your inbox that take about 4 to 6 minutes per day to help you bring more pleasure into your life. And you can gift that too. You can buy it for yourself or you can gift it to your honey. So we'll put that information in the show notes.
And I think the big umbrella here is when you give like this, it lets your partner know, man, I do find you sexy. I do find you attractive. I do want you.
Totally.
I desire you. These little gifts, these little thoughtful gifts, even if, like we said, even if it's just a note or whatever it might be, it can be a vibrator. It can be a note. It can be, a game. It can be whatever. It just lets your partner know, man, I am really attracted to you. And I do desire you. And that feels
It's
so good
well
to be
said.
desired.
Yeah.
All right, give those gifts. Okay, let's get to Stump Stormy.
It's time to Stump Stormy.
All right, I thought this one was interesting. Okay.
I love it when you're always like laughing as you're reading.
This is going to come out of left field a little bit. The inventor of Kellogg's cornflakes.
Okay.
Dr. Kellogg was an ardent he was against something in the sexual world. He was really against something.
Huh. Well,
He campaigned against
long time. I'm gonna guess this was a long time ago. I'm not sure, but what just popped in my head was like something about female pleasure or female anatomy or something.
The inventor of Kellogg's cornflakes, Dr. Kellogg, was an ardent anti-masturbation campaigner. He believed that a healthy diet would decrease a person's sexual thoughts, and women who have difficulty reaching an orgasm might just have cold feet. It says, I don't know, I might have misread that, but anyway, one study found that giving women warm oh, sorry, this is a whole different one. I apologize. I was reading the next one. Well,
oh my gosh,
I had a second Stump Stormy and I read in there. So basically, let me stick with the first one first. Kellogg's cornflakes. Yeah, he was against masturbation.
So not just for women, again for men and women too. Oh, poor Mr. Kellogg.
I know. I think he probably maybe that was some kind of religious thing as well. But I mean,
maybe.
anti-masturbation.
He probably did pretty well financially, but I'm not sure how sexually frustrated he was or was not.
And usually people that are that against it probably are doing it in private and embarrassed about it or whatever. But the other one was women, if they have cold feet, they have harder time having an orgasm. So
there is some like it's so funny. Although I don't think it's very sexy to have you or your partner have your socks on while making love. I don't know. That's my own personal vibe on that. But
all right, let's get to listener questions.
Have a question? We've got answers. Here's this week's listener questions.
Okay. Is penis size just genetic and or is there a correlation with penis size and ethnicity? And this comes from, is that a banana in your pocket or are you just happy to see me?
So genetics, yes, is the most important predictor for penis size. Okay, but it's not the only one. There's also like hormones and gestational nutrition and other things that play into that. But it's a question that I get asked often as a sex and intimacy coach, right? And one of the things I think is, and so the second part of the question about ethnicity is that there's actually, there's a lot of misinformation out there that certain races or ethnicities have much larger penis size. And what's interesting is, yes, there is a little bit of difference in different ethnicities, but it's actually it varies so much within that ethnicity, just the same. So let's say we're looking at Caucasian or non-Caucasian. The variety from penis to penis within that ethnicity is still the same. It varies very much. Okay. So the average length in the United States of a flaccid penis is 3.6 inches and erect is about 5.2, right? And those vary a little bit, but that's what's I think is most fascinating about this as a woman and as a sex and intimacy coach is that there's a lot of studies out there, and the average is about 85% of women are satisfied with their man's penis length. Okay. But 45% of men think that their penis is too small, right? So it just shows you that men care more than women in that. And I say that really tenderly because I get this is like, it feels like a sign of virility and power and stamina and all these things. But only 20% of women report that they actually think it's important.
Wow. And almost 50% of men think that they're inadequate.
Yep. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. I mean, what a real body dysmorphic thought to have that you are inadequate and you won't be able to give your partner pleasure or something. You know what I mean? That's a little heartbreaking there. I didn't know that.
Right. It is. Big. It is.
Well, remember, you are enough. And
you are enough.
Yep. And our last episode,
your penis is amazing.
Yep. Your penis is amazing. You got fingers, you got the mouth, tongue, you don't worry. You're in good shape. All right. Our next question. My boyfriend and I want to try incorporating chocolate and maybe food into our lovemaking, but I was wondering what is safe around and on genitals. And that comes from, hey, I'm a foodie. And is that a banana in your pocket?
Okay, I love this question because I love chocolate. I have a tattoo on my forearm that has to do with chocolate. That's how much I love chocolate. So chocolate, right, is known very much to be an aphrodisiac. And a lot of it's because there's phenylethylamine in it, which has been shown to increase libido and is like precursors for serotonin and dopamine and all these yummy things. So like chocolate really is like amazing like that. But as far as using it in play, like on the body and around the genitals is totally safe. Just make sure it's not too hot because you don't want to get a burn if you're warming up the chocolate, but not inside of the vagina, not inside. And if you want to put it on the penis, it's probably okay, but just I would keep it away from the urethral opening, but not in the vagina because you could get an infection. Okay. There is some like body paints out there that are like chocolate paints that are safer, supposedly. I still would say just around, like, on the breasts, on the bellies, on the thighs, on the buttocks, like literally paint yourself in chocolate, but just not inside of the vagina.
Got it. All right. Thank you for sending your listener questions. We sure do appreciate it. You can send in your listener questions. You can email Stormy at lovedeeplab.com. You can email me at toby@marriagesupply.com. Once again, you can get 10% off. Might even raise that to 15% off. Maybe I'll go ahead and do that at marriagesupply.com with code SEX101. You can follow Dr. Stormy on Instagram at DocStormy1 or TikTok. Her TikTok is Touchy Subjects with 3 S's. And Marriage Supply is on Instagram as well, the.marriage.supply. Stormy, if they email you, you got anything going on that you might send them? Or
I'm just going to I'm going to give a discount for our listeners for the Pleasure Challenge. It's a super fun practice. This is back by demand, the 3rd year we will do it. And it's a super fun gift for you to gift to your honey too.
Awesome. So many gifts out there. Make sure you give a good, sexy gift soon. All right. And also remember that knowledge is power, sex is power.
And the world needs a lot more of both.